Hi, I'd like to talk about what you do when you're a small business owner as far as your competition is concerned. Do you reach out to them? Do you make any efforts to meet them, to introduce yourself? I have, and I think that it has really paid off, and I wanted to share my opinion about that. I own a local tutoring service. We tutor children in-home. It's all private tutoring. I'm a tutor broker. I match my students, which are my clients, with qualified teachers, tutors, and educators for private in-home tutoring. I've been in business almost 10 years, and when I entered the marketplace here, I looked around and I saw that most of my competition was the big learning centers. And instead of being intimidated by them, I decided that I would introduce myself and give them my business cards in the hopes that not only would they get to know me, but they might also refer me if they had a client who was requesting private in-home tutoring versus a learning center. So I had two very different experiences with two very similar learning centers that I wanted to share. The first one, it was very positive. I went over to the company, to their center, and introduced myself to the owner, who was very, very sweet. He invited me to take a tour of his facility, which was lovely, and then he invited me to his grand opening, which was a week later. We both started in business about the same time. So I went. I even took my kids, and it was just really nice to see, what he was doing and to have a good relationship with him, because as it turned out, about 2 years later, we were both on the same education committee for our local Chamber of Commerce, representing education in the community, and it was just nice to have an amicable relationship with another business person. And I also received several referrals from him a year for clients of his that either they don't tutor the high-level math subjects that we do, or he had a client request private in-home tutoring. So it works pretty well. I've referred a couple people to him, but most of my clients do want private in-home, so I don't have that many opportunities to do so. The second learning center that I went to was quite a different story. The minute I walked in the door and introduced myself, I felt that there was already an antagonistic atmosphere. The person was very leery as to why I was there lurking around, and I explained to them, I was new in the community. I just wanted to see what everybody else offered. I was not there to steal any of their secrets, since my company's way of tutoring is way different than a learning center. So the lesson that I learned is why intimidate your competition? Why not reach out and have a friendly relationship and have a community of people that are willing to refer others when that need might arise? And my question is, how do you treat your competition? Do you reach out to them? Have you met the people in your field, especially in your community, that are your competition? And is it a good relationship or a bad one? Or do you not think about your competition at all and just go about your merry way conducting business? I believe it's a really good idea to take a look at the competition, because sometimes you not only will reap referrals, but you might find some marketing ideas or business ideas that they're doing that you might want to implement in your small business. So take a minute, answer those questions for me. Curious to know how you do handle relationships with competitors in your industry.